What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about how to approach your wife or husband or family member about stacking silver. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Got a brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to help support the channel by getting some DYDSS merchandise, of course we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies which are up for grabs, along with a bunch of other merchandise, a lot of gear, t-shirts and hoodies, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. And for this weekend only, everybody gets 15% off of everything as a Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend sale. Everybody gets 15% off. Link will be in the description, and use promo code THANKS19. Thank you in advance, it's more than appreciated. But now, moving forward, I wanted to focus on talking to your spouse, your husband, your wife, or maybe another family member, and getting them on board with stacking silver. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because a couple of days ago I was asked in the comments section by somebody how to convince their wife, or that they're trying to convince their wife. And right off the bat, before I talk about what I think you should do, I want to talk about what I think you should not do. I do not think you should convince her or him or whoever. I don't think that convincing is the right move. I don't think you should be convincing anyone of anything ever. Convincing kind of like, in a way, goes hand in hand with trying to convert someone into your way of thinking. I don't think you should be persistently trying to change the way somebody thinks. And I also don't believe that you should introduce it to your spouse in a fearful way. I do not believe that you should approach your husband, your wife, your whoever with the whole
the dollar is going to collapse and stacking silver coins is our only way out, it's our only chance of survival.
I don't think that that's what you should do. I personally do not believe in pushing or promoting paranoia onto others, and I stay away from that in my videos, and I would hope that my viewers aren't like that either. I don't want anybody to misconstrue anything that I say and then do something crazy. I don't make videos for people like that, and I try to stay away from that. But when it comes to stacking silver, I think that that's probably the worst thing that you can do. And the reason I say that is because if you're going to be introducing someone to this, especially something from like a financial standpoint, the last thing that you want to do is jeopardize or sacrifice your credibility, because once your credibility is gone, you have nothing left. And I think that maintaining your level of credibility is probably, or at least should be, your number one priority. You do not want your spouse or your whoever to think that you're into silver for any crazy, scared, paranoid reason. That's not the way that I think it should be introduced. Now, moving away from what not to do and what not to say, I want to focus primarily on how I think you should approach the situation. Now, for transparency's sake, I am not married. I have never been married, and I plan on never ever being married. So I don't know if I'm going to be viewed as maybe potentially the wrong person for the job on how to talk to your spouse. Is somebody without a spouse in the position to tell you what to say or how to tell your spouse or whatever? I don't know, but I'm going to do my best. And who knows, maybe this will be the video that you choose to show your wife or show your husband or show a family member. Because there's some people out there, you know how they say a few bad apples ruin the whole barrel? That goes with any little community, including the precious metal community. There are some pretty crazy stackers out there who think that everyone's out to get them, and you know they're not going to be able to survive without certain things, and they're stacking for all these crazy paranoid reasons. And I do understand that they may or may not kind of tarnish or taint the way that the precious metal community is perceived. But enough about all of that. How should you approach your husband, your wife, or your family member about getting on board with stacking silver. In my opinion, I think you should sit down with her or him or whoever, I don't know what you're married to. I think you should sit down and have a conversation with why you are interested in stacking silver. For example, maybe you're stacking for a different reason than I'm stacking for. Maybe you're only into it because you want to collect certain coins, and maybe you're hesitant about telling your spouse because you think that she or he is going to say that it's a waste of money, collections are stupid, oh, that's blah, 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 blah. Maybe you're trying to start a little bit of a coin collection, and, he or she is going to say, no, money's tight right now, we shouldn't be, buying things to collect, we should be focusing on this. Or maybe you're stacking for reasons, or maybe you want to stack for reasons like how I'm stacking, which is merely to save money. I view my silver and gold as somewhat of a physical, at-home savings account. And I think that if you introduce it to your spouse in that way, I think it would probably help them understand what it is that you're doing, or what it is that you want to do, or wish to do, or hope to do. And at the end of the day, silver is for the long term. What I'm doing with my silver is I'm stacking a little bit every month. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You don't have to, pour, thousands of dollars a month into it. You can, go to a coin shop with, $20 and pick up a little coin if you want. $40, get, 2, maybe potentially 3 ounces of silver. And if you do that every month, it adds up over time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ounces a month adds up over time. By the time a year goes by, 2, 3, 5, 10 years go by, you're going to have a decent amount of silver. Even if you feel like you're stacking very, very slow, it adds up over time. And the cool thing is, or what I believe the cool thing is that in a way, it's kind of a supplement to my future one-day retirement. Knowing me, I'll work myself to death before I even get a chance to retire, but a couple decades down the road, when it's time for me to exit my career, I think that my mountain of silver, which by the way is just now a pile, but by the time 30, 40, 50 years go by, I would hope that this little pile turns into a mountain. I'll be able to sell off portions of it to supplement my retirement. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing it for. I'm not doing it because I think that the dollar bill is going to collapse any day now. I'm not going to, sit here and say that, SHTF is going to happen, all these terrible, horrible catastrophes are going to happen, and silver is the only way we're going to survive. No, that's not the way my belief system works. That's not the way, I do not align with that way of thinking. I'm just saving money over here. That's all I'm doing. And odds are, that's probably what you're doing too. That's what a majority of us are doing, and I think it's really important to introduce it to the person that you need to introduce it to. At the end of the day, you should tell your spouse. I do not agree with hiding financial information from your spouse. I do not agree with going behind your spouse's back and making financial decisions without their approval or consent or knowledge. I don't agree with that. So who knows? Maybe this will be the video that you choose to show your spouse as a way of introducing it to her or him. I think that would be really cool if somebody, used my video to do that. If any of you try to do that, head on down to the comments and let me know, how it goes for you. I think that would be really cool. So that's really all I have to say about that. If anybody found this video helpful or informative, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe for new videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also, make sure to subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Talk about all things money. It's not just about silver. It's not just about gold. Sometimes it's about industries where a lot of cash is being made. Sometimes it's about sports betting, and sometimes it's even about prepping gear. Go check them out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a bunch of other gear, a lot of merchandise, t-shirts and hoodies, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations. And for this weekend only, you get 15% off of everything if you use promo code THANKS19 or click the first link in the description, which will automatically give you a discount. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. And now, once again, I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, what are your thoughts on introducing your spouse to silver? How did you do it, or how would you do it if you had a spouse? Let me know what approach, maybe if you've made any mistakes, maybe you did introduce it to them in some crazy paranoid way, and in a way maybe it burned your credibility a little bit. Let me know any mistakes that you would like to maybe allow somebody else to learn from, or anything that I might have missed in my video. Feel free to share. Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, and remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.